success.
Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they called them in a bygone day.
Sex desire is the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is the desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness of imagination, courage, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession or calling, including, of course, the accumulation of riches. Napoleon Hill.
Hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedelec, and I am so glad that you're here with us today because I'm here with my most amazing guest, Jackie. Jackie, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm always enthralled to hang out with you, Michelle.
Awesome. So I know you and love you, but give our guests a 5,000-foot view of who you are and what you love to do.
So my mission in life is to help entrepreneurs, leaders, and experts get booked. Now, we all know that the fastest way to grow your community, get clients in the door, to grow your revenue is to get on stages of one shape, form, or another. And so my goal in life is to find more ways to make that happen for you easier, faster, and with greater ease. And so my company is called Speakertunity, and we provide direct contacts so that you can get booked on all of these various different stages, including, and I'm not excluding any, virtual live podcasts, radio shows, video casts, Tedx's, virtual networking, and virtual summits. So, and we've got links for you on all of these names, phone numbers, emails, but we also teach you all the ways that you can make sure that you get booked. We got training programs, and we've got the tools like speaker one sheet design and a variety of other kinds of things. So if we call ourselves the ultimate speaker toolbox, if somebody wants to get on stages, we're the folks to see. And what's really cool is we now have a service that's our strategic partner called Book For You Virtual Assistants. So once you get our directories, if you don't want to do that, excuse me, then they will do the outreach for you and go get those bookings for you. So get the directories from us, have them do it, whatever way you want to do it, get on more stages.
Nice. You had me at easier, faster. So I do love the fact that you are like that one house of many rooms that you get to go in and discover, because and the more you go into Jackie's little fun house, you will find that each room is very seductive, and she has, like she said, she has the training, she has the ability to get you on stages, she knows the right people that you want to know, so getting you in the right spheres, and of course helping you to seduce your audience, which who doesn't want to seduce their audience, right?
You betcha.
So let's back up the bus a bit and tell us, how did you get into all of this?
Well, let me go to the beginning of the story. I was 11 years old and decided that I would marry my two favorite things, the Los Angeles Dodgers and writing, and I would become a sports writer. And there were no women sports writers at the time. And by the time I was 20, I was at the Detroit Free Press. 21, I was at the Associated Press and the front pages of the LA Times. And 22, I was at the Washington Post. I went on to have one of the largest sports special events and cable TV PR agencies in America with a world-class client list. Trust me, it was everything from Toyota Motorsports to Top Rank Boxing to the Golf Channel and mega companies like Seagram's and Avon and Showtime, et cetera. And the last thing I did was launch the worldwide poker phenomenon and drive the worldwide poker boom, which may in fact be on my epitaph. And so we built a huge agency, and for 20 years, we really dominated the scene, also on cable television. And, but about, after 20 years into it, the media was changing. It was all going to social media. I wasn't having any fun anymore. And I wrote 2 books in personal growth, the art of feeling, the art of conscious creation, how you can transform the world, and practical conscious creation, daily techniques to manifest your desire. That last book was the best spiritual book of the year at the International New Age Trade Show. By the time I did that, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Both of these books continue to sell well, and they were bestsellers at the time. And one of them just went up on Audible. So I'm really excited about that. And so, when I got done with all of that, I realized that my heart lay with the changemaker of the world, the people that were making a world better place. So I rebranded my company as Conscious Media Relations. And for the last 12 years, we have been doing radio podcast tours where we introduce leaders and authors to 9,000 radio shows and podcasts at the same time with a minimum guarantee of 30 interviews. We do about 40 of those a year, and we've done them from people like Don Miguel Ruiz and Ariel Ford and James Twyman and Joe Vitale and Chris and Janet Atwood and Maureen St. Germain, lots of luminaries and lots of other people that aren't at that stature, but we've got 80 amazing testimonials on there. So about 5 years ago, people came to me and said, can you book me for speaking gigs? Can you book me for speaking gigs? And I'm going, the universe is trying to tell you something. Pay attention. And so I said, I don't want to book you for speaking gigs, but I know where they are. So why don't I just tell you? And that's how Speakertunity was born, the Speaker and Leader Resource Company, the Ultimate Speaker Toolbox, or as you said, the House of Many Colors, or whatever.
House of Many Pleasures, but okay. It is a little blue pill after all. That is odd. And you just blew through. I think I am notorious for going through things at fast forward, like double speed. It's like, there's no way. I'm going to be slowing you down to half speed and going, you did what? You did what? Secret story, motorsports, worldwide poker. This is awesome. Oh my God. We have so many conversations to have. It's going to be awesome. However, we're going to focus on you today. So, and your audience. So who do you love to serve and support right now? Who would you say is your ideal client that you love to work with?
So I can define it this way: anybody that needs to get in front of an audience to grow a business. And that includes leaders, authors, experts, coaches, healthcare practitioners, somewhere in the alternative healthcare or traditional, entrepreneurs who find that driving business from the stage is really an effective strategy. We're not for keynoters. Those people, they get paid to get up on big stages and that's all they do. I'm for people that need to make money from selling from the stage, building an audience or a community from the stage, that are some spectrum of outreach, whether that's, an enrollment program, whether that's a free gift offer, which is we're going to talk about here in a minute, but some way that you are starting to build that relationship from the stage.
Awesome. So you will take somebody like me as a client. I love and appreciate that. Who do you love to work with though? What do they have that just has a joie de vivre and you're like, oh my God, I love this kind of person?
I think coaches a lot of times really, really need this, and personal growth experts.
Not need you. Who do you love to work with?
Well, I think all of them. I mean, for me, I love this community, the people who are in service to humanity in some way, shape, or form. They consider themselves change makers, and whether that's selling a widget, or whether that's selling a personal growth program or a coaching program or a psychics, that are helping. I mean, if it's improving one's life, one's business, or the planet, and they're doing it from a heart-based space, that's us. That's me. Those are my peeps.
Because I know that you're absolutely adorable when you get in front of the right person. It's like all of a sudden Jackie comes to life and it's like, oh my God, you're so sweet. We love you. Now, give us an example of a Cinderella story of one of your clients.
Oh, well, I adore a gal named Erin Lomanjack. She's a speaker, coach, and trainer. And Erin came to me and she said, okay, I'm going to be doing an event in Southern California. Let me get 3 of your regional speaker lead directories, the 3 ones for Southern California. At the time, she was living in Seattle, and she wanted to come down and fill her event here. So she gets 3 of our directories, and in under a week, she gets 15 speaker gigs. She comes down here. She not only gives away, or sells or, enrolls people to, fill that room, but she also gets $50,000 worth of clients, ongoing clients, all from those 15 gigs. And she just came down for 2 weeks and did all those appointments. So I think, or a week. She was here for a week actually doing those appointments. Now that is somebody who takes action and really makes it happen. And so, I love Erin. She's a great partner and great TEDx coach. We're actually putting together a new product that I'm really excited about that's coming in 2022. And that is how to get booked on a TEDx stage. We sell you a TEDx directory right now. In fact, we just updated it for 2022. All of the TEDx's in North America, divided by date, state, or province. And we now put in the themes too, so that you can figure out which ones are easier for you rather than root around on that website. But I'm gonna have a product where I'm going to be getting, I'm talking to 3 TEDx experts, people who've actually been behind the scenes, not just on the stage, will tell us what works and what doesn't work to get it. But that's the kind of products that we build.
Nice.
Those are
and
all
also, I'm going to back you up a little bit because you're also assuming that somebody knows what a TEDx is, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows what TEDx is, but you might not. So we'll hit on that one too. But give us kind of the back end, because I was of the impression for the longest time that TEDx kind of was a circuit and that they went around town. And I'm not thinking that's how it really works. So what is a TEDx and how does it really work?
Well, actually, a TEDx is a local event that a local promoter gets a license for. So you get a license for your area and your, sometimes subject matter, it might be women's or, youth or something like that. And so then, and then you get the right to put it on in your area. But some people, all they want is one good TEDx because it's a showcase and they can use it to grow their businesses and various show. You don't sell on a TEDx. That's not something you do. You present an ideal worth spreading is the defined term. And, but some people want more than one. They want to hit 2 or 3 different ones and then really build an archive of great TEDx presentations. And so it's nice, and they're hard to get into. They're really hard to get into. So a lot of times you need to pitch several of them before you get a yes. And so that's one of the reasons why we put the directory, so that you could see what's within driving distance of you, as opposed to just going on that website and finding your market. You can say, okay, I live in California, and these are here in California, and this is in Nevada, and this is in Phoenix. I can get to all of these. And they want you close enough because they actually do in physical coaching with you. And they do rehearsals, so they don't want you having to fly in. So they always give preference to people that are localized somewhere that can get there. So that's a TEDx. We love to, identify. We're going to tell people how to get booked in the corporate marketplace. We have a training program for that, because everybody wants, it's a $380 billion marketplace. And if you're not doing it, you're missing the boat here. And a lot of people think that they aren't necessarily quality that a corporate will want because they're too woo-woo. But the truth is things are really changing since the pandemic, and they're open to a lot of different ideas. So this gives you an insight. So we're looking at different pockets, different ways. We have a training program on how to get booked for speaking and how to get booked for podcasts and radio shows. I just got fabulous feedback on one of those. And then we'll talk more about our regional speaker lead directories and our specialty speaker directories. We have virtual summits. So if you want to get on virtual summits, we will tell you all the virtual summits that are upcoming that month, or all the product giveaways that you can use to grow your opt-in list. Some of the summits have a minimum list size, so you need to grow your opt-in list. So we tell you all of those that are coming up. So, I'm one of those people. I'm a left brain and a right brain. I'm a data nut, but I'm also a creative. I'm also a creative. So I marry the two. It's really funny. If you ever saw my astrological chart, it's really different, because there's something called a quintile that's 72 degrees between planets. And most people maybe have, if they have one, they have one. I have 7, and all of them are the sign of integration. So I pull from this and pull from this and pull from this and create magic.
You do create more content, I think, than anybody I know. And I know a lot of people that put a lot of content together. Yeah, absolutely. You have that. So this is awesome. And I want to ask you, so what are some of the stumbling blocks that somebody might have at home? They're thinking, oh my God, Jackie, I need you so badly.
They're either they're resisting getting on stage for some reason, and it might be they don't have the time. They're intimidated. Now, I'm not going to help you much with that, but I can give you a couple of really ideas on how to get rid of the butterflies. They need more speaking skills, which I'm going to refer you to some of the great speaker coaches that we have. They don't know where to look for their speaking gigs, which is what we make so much easier. They don't know, they're afraid of, they don't know the materials to send. They don't know what a pitch letter should look like. They don't know what a speaker one sheet should look like. We help you with all of that. So what we've done, and the other thing that's coming this year is also a resource where you're going to be able to get your conferences. So we have looked at this and said, all right, what are the stumbling points for people? And one of them is, I don't have time. So we got a strategic partner that'll go book for you. One of them is, I don't know how to do it. So we've got training programs on how to do it. And one of them is, I don't know how to put together a speaker one sheet, and I don't know I don't know what to tell somebody to put into it. Well, we've solved that problem for you. Essentially about the only thing we haven't done is kick you in the ass and make you do it.
And if anybody could, it would be Jackie. Awesome. So I know our listeners are going to want to get more from you. How do they start their journey with you?
Well, they go to speakertunity.com, and then they can take advantage of that. And that is just, you can wander around, and there's also a little bot there. You got questions, answer the questions. I think two great places to start is we have 3 subscription services that are only $35 a month. One's for speaker leads all over North America. One that gives you 40 podcasts and radio shows every month that you can begin getting and pitching yourself to. One that gives you virtual summits that are looking for guest presenters and giveaways. Now, let's say that you're a little further along on your journey and you really want to dig in. That would be Speakertunity. It's regional speaker lead directory, where we give you up to 2,000 speaker leads in your own market in 4 categories: business, service, consumer and special interest groups, and that could be moms, parenting, seniors, health and wellness support groups, military, LGBT, and other special interest groups, bookstores, and then spiritual. So Unity, Centers for Spiritual Living, and faith-based groups. All that comes in a regional directory if you want to saturate your market. And that's live and virtual, a lot of that's virtual. And then let's say you don't want to dabble in all of those. You just want to, zero in on your money-making sector. So now we have a Speakertunity speaker specialties that just give you your niche, 60 different niches. You want women's business meetings, you want real estate people, you want spiritual centers, you want coaches, you want authors. We will give you the meetings, venues, and associations all over North America that you could speak at, that will, you can dive into. So we're really trying to be at the place where your income is best served. So, and so that's really very cool.
Nice. And I assume if they're just enthralled with you and just going, okay, show me what I don't know, teach me what I want to learn, they can have access to that information from your website as well. Yes.
Right.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Love that. So I have to ask you this. At what point in life did you know that you were a special kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur?
Oh, I was born with the gene. My father was an entrepreneur, so I was raised from infancy, and he had his struggling years, but there was just part of me that automatically gravitated to that, and it was more like I was his confidant instead of my brother, and I have only worked for other people for 4 years of my existence, and I turned 70 tomorrow.
Wow.
So,
happy birthday, honey.
Thank you. Thank you. So that'll tell you it was just right for me. So I started my first company when I was 27 years old. That was when I started the agency, the PR agency. And I've driven it ever since. So, and I call myself a serial pioneer because I'm always creating companies that nobody else has ever thought of before or never thought to put together, or, you know, so I'm always going where nobody's gone before, as they say in Star Trek.
I love that. That's awesome. Any last words for our peeps before we let you go?
Are we going to talk about the free gift for them?
Well, yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about when you said how they can start their journey with you, where they start. So yes, absolutely. What's the free gift?
Okay, so it's called 44 Ways to Seduce Your Next Client, from stages, podcasts, radio shows, virtual summits, and virtual networking. And it gives you, now when you're going to be on stages, you really need to give a free gift away and to get them in your community. So to do that, if you think it's just simply a ebook or a free consultation, you are so behind the times. I have 44 different ways in order to seduce your next client. I'm going to open your eyes to all the different kinds of ways that you could take advantage of this. So
nice. And we all know that not everybody wants to be seduced the right way, or in the same way, I should say. So you want to make sure that you're getting your hands on this so that you can seduce your audience in the right way that they like to be touched.
Right, exactly.
Nice. I love that. And how did they get a hold of that?
Well, let me just tell you that you can go to getbooked.biz /44 ways Michelle Nedelik. So I am, you can have that contact for your show notes, so people will be able to grab that at that time.
Absolutely. All they have to do is go to our blog and search speakers, and you will find all of Jackie's information as well as the show notes in there. And of course, if you're listening to this on iTunes or otherwise, it'll be in the show notes as well. So awesome. I love that. Love 44 ways to seduce anyone. Most people probably haven't even thought of 5. So we're up in that game a little there, peeps. Awesome. Thank you so much for your generosity. Love that. And now you get to say any last words for our peeps.
Yeah, if you're going to get booked, don't wait. 2022 is going to be a real blockbuster of a year, because lots of things are changing right now. I mean, email world is changing. Obviously virtual, we've got another threat of another variant coming here. Speaking virtually is going to be your ticket. And yes, you may be back into the room, but we're going to make sure that you need to get there and have the tools to do that. So I'm just telling you, speaking is where you're going to connect your audience, and you really need to be out there doing it.
Nice. So we're going to backtrack a little bit again. Speaking of TED Talks, are they doing them virtually right now, or are they still everything in person?
Everything's gone back to live. There's only one, actually, when we just did the 2022 database, there's only one that's virtual.
Okay. But they were doing them virtually.
They were about a good third of them were doing them virtually last year.
Awesome. Very cool. And because we didn't get to it earlier as well, give me kind of the synopsis of what is a TED Talk? What makes it different than anything else?
It is something that allows you to showcase yourself as a great speaker and an original thinker. And then you use it as a viral door opener for various people to know who you are, to spread to their friends. But particularly you want it on your website, you want to send it in your signature, and it's going to get you more speaking gigs.
Awesome. And do you work with people to help them to figure out what their topic should be and how they should position it?
I do not, but I have a list of great TEDx coaches.
Awesome. Love that. Cool. Anything else we forgot to dive into?
I think we've covered a lot of it. Lots and lots. So I think we're in good shape.
Awesome, peeps. Just get a hold of Jackie because she is a plethora of information, I'm telling you. And if she doesn't do it or know it, she knows who does.
Well,
So,
and you can find me at Jackie@speakertunity.com, or go to the website and pick on the, go hit the robot.
go click links. Awesome. Thank you, Jackie, again for your time. I appreciate it immensely.
Nice to be here, love.
This is Michelle Nedelec. Thank you for being here with us today. If you know anyone who would make a great guest for the show, or if you have a question or topic you'd like me to discuss, reach out to me at michelle@thelittlebluepillforbusiness.com, or connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening to the Little Blue Pill for Business podcast with your mistress in business, Michelle Nedelec. Why are you still here? Go to littlebluepillforbusiness.com and get your goodies. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with somebody else that you know would enjoy getting it up in business. After you subscribe to the podcast, of course, so you won't miss any future episodes. Now, check the notes for links. Oh, and only tell your wife if she's into this, entrepreneurship. And I'll see you both on the other side.